The Arimaspi, also Arimaspians, Arimaspos and Arimaspoi. Ancient Greek alpha rho iota mu alpha sigma pi omicron sigma alpha rho iota mu alpha sigma pi omicron iota were a legendary tribe of one-eyed people of northern Scythia who lived in the foothills of the Rifan Mountains, variously identified with the Ural Mountains or the Carpathians. Won all tales of their struggles with the gold-guarding griffins in the Hyperborean lands near the cave of Boreas. The north wind Jeskla Ron had their origin in a lost work by Aristides, reported in Herodotus. The Arimaspi were described by Aristides of Proconnesus in his lost archaic poem Arimaspi. Proconnesus is a small island in the Sea of Marmara near the mouth of the Black Sea, well situated for hearing travelers' tales of regions far north of the Black Sea. Aristides narrates in the course of his poem that he was wrapped in Bacchic fury when he traveled to the north and saw the Arimaspians, as reported by Herodotus. This Aristides, possessed by Phoebos, visited the Astons. Beyond these, he said, live the one-eyed Arimaspoi, beyond whom are the grips that guard gold, and beyond these again the Hyperboroi, whose territory reaches to the sea. Except for the Hyperboroi, all these nations, and first the Arimaspoi, are always at war with their neighbors too. Arimaspi and griffins were historical images associated with the outlands of the north. The Escalon Prometheus bound, ca. 415 BC. Describing the wanderings of Io notes that she is not to pass through the north among the Arimaspi and griffins, but southward. 3 Herodotus, father of history, admits the fantastic allure of the edges of the known world. The most outlying lands, though, as they enclose and wholly surround all the rest of the world, are likely to have those things which we think the finest and the rarest. Histories 3.116.1. Ignoring the skepticism of Herodotus, Strabo and Pliny's natural history perpetuated the stories about the northern people who had a single eye in the center of their foreheads and engaged in stealing gold from the griffins, causing disagreements between the two groups. Modern historians speculate on historical identities that may be selectively extracted from the brief account of Arimaspi. Herodotus recorded a detail recalled from Arimaspi that may have a core. In fact, the Astons were pushed from their lands by the Arimaspoi and the Scythians by the Astons. IV.13.1. The SP in the name suggests citation needed, that it was mediated through Iranian sources to Greek. Indeed, in early Iranian, Arimaspi combines Ariama, love, and Aspa, horses. Herodotus or his source seems to have understood the Sigian word as a combination of the roots Arima 1 and Spui, and to have created a mythic image to account for it. Similarity of name and location could identify them with the ancestors of the local Uralic people. The Mari citation needed. It has been suggested that the griffins were inferred from the fossilized bones of Protoceratops 4. The brief report of Herodotus seems to be citation needed, very flimsy ground for making unequivocal statements about the historical background out of which the legend emerged. Notwithstanding these reservations, Tadeusz Sulimirski 1970 claims that the Arimaspi were a Sarmatian tribe originating in the upper valley of the river Irtysh, while Dmitry Machinsky 1997 associates them with a group of three-eyed Ojna figurines from the Minasinsk Depression, traditionally attributed to the Afanasevo and Okunevo cultures of southern Siberia. As philologists have noted, the struggle between the Arimaspi and the griffins has remarkable similarities to Homer's account of the Pygmewa warring with cranes. Michael Rostovtsev found a rendering of the subject in the vault of Pygmies near Kerch, a territory that used to have a significant Sigian population. 6 analogous representations have been discovered as far apart as the Valsi of Etruria and the 5th Kurgan of Pazyryk. 7 A Hellenistic literary rendering of a battle with uncanny guardian birds of Ares is in Argonautica 1. Cheремizin and Zaporizhenko 1999, following the methodology of Georges Dumézil, attempt to trace parallels in Germanic mythology, Odin and the meat of poetry, the eagle stealing golden apples of eternal youth. They hypothesize that all these stories, Germanic, Scythian, and Greek, reflect a Proto-Indo-European belief about the monsters guarding the entrance to the other world, who engage in battles with the birds, conveying the souls of the newly dead to the other world and returning with a variety of precious gifts symbolizing new life.